So there's this dude, and people had no idea what kind of stuff he was into. Now, the guy's name is Anatoly. He's in his mid-40s, a historian, and he's from Russia. On the outside, nothing about him really screamed danger. He looked like the kind of man you'd pass by on the street and never think twice. People respected him too. Smart, polite, kind of that quiet bookworm energy. But here's the thing. Anatoly wasn't just your regular history nerd. He had this strange fascination that went way deeper than most people would expect. As a kid, he grew up wandering through old cemeteries. I guess you could say he felt more comfortable around the dead than around the living. Other kids played soccer. Anatoly memorized gravestones. He even volunteered to keep cemeteries clean, and people thought it was nice of him. But really, he was studying them, learning them. Years passed, and nobody really noticed how obsessed he became. He'd write for newspapers, he'd give lectures. People even called him an expert on local burial customs. Yeah, he was that guy. The cemetery guy. Until one day, things started to get weird. Around town, families noticed something off. Graves of their loved ones looked disturbed. Flowers were moved, soil shifted, decorations gone. At first, people thought it was vandalism. Some punk kids, maybe. The police got reports, but they didn't catch anyone. It kept happening, though, again and again. Quiet, random, almost ritual-like. And here's the creepy part. Anatoly was out there at night sneaking through cemeteries like it was his second home. He didn't just look at graves anymore. He opened them. Yeah, full-on digging. And when he found the body of a young girl, he wouldn't just leave it there. He carefully pulled it out, carried it home, and started working on it. What was he doing? Well, step by step, Anatoly had this process. He'd dry the body out, stuff it with rags, wrap the skin. He even used wax and makeup to preserve the face. Then he'd dress them up in clothes, put little shoes on their feet, even slip dolls' masks over their heads. He turned them into life-sized dolls. But here's the part that makes you go, what? He kept them in his apartment, all over the place, sitting in chairs, lined up against the walls. Some even had music boxes inside them so they could speak or sing. He treated them like they were his friends. Meanwhile, families were still visiting graves, but when they looked inside, the coffins were empty, and nobody could explain it. The police were under pressure. Too many complaints, too many reports. They started questioning locals, asking if anyone saw strange activity near cemeteries, and guess whose name popped up more than once? Anatoly, because everyone knew he was obsessed with this stuff. He always walked around with maps of graveyards. He even attended funerals of people he didn't know, taking notes. So investigators started watching him, and eventually they got a warrant to search his apartment. The moment they stepped inside, pow, they froze. It looked like a toy store nightmare. Dozens of what looked like giant dolls just sitting there, dressed in colorful clothes. But as the police got closer, they realized these weren't dolls. These were human bodies, 29 of them. 29 young girls, all dug up, all turned into bizarre homemade mannequins. And Anatoly? He didn't even deny it. He admitted everything. He said he felt sorry for the girls who died young, so he brought them home to give them another life. He claimed he never did anything violent to them. He just wanted them as companions. Yeah, like that makes it better. Neighbors were horrified. Families were crushed. Imagine thinking your child was resting in peace, only to find out she'd been sitting in some guy's living room for years. Eventually, Anatoly was arrested. But here's the twist. He wasn't sent to prison. Doctors declared him mentally unfit, so instead, he was locked away in a psychiatric hospital. And here's his mugshot.